FP&A does not replace accounting. It actually complements accounting. So for 10 plus years, I've been a huge proponent of FP&A. That's financial planning and analysis, especially FP&A as a function in medium-sized businesses and even providing a service to small businesses around FP&A. It's very complementary to, say, the accounting or bookkeeping function. But anyways, the point here is many of us have moved over to some sort of management operating system like EOS. But many companies still aren't doing active recurring planning, revisiting that plan. So think about it this way. If EOS is sort of the heartbeat of your company's operating system, well, think about FP&A as the heartbeat of your financial and accounting processes. EOS is great, but it doesn't replace the need for active recurring financial planning, the revisiting of your budget, the updating of your rolling 12-month cash flow forecast. EOS is a great framework, even a great tool in many cases, where it keeps everybody on cadence around reporting, cultural core value expectations. I love the scorecard in EOS. Frankly, if you knew me 3 or 4 years ago, I sort of felt like my meetings, I was always fetching for information. And today with EOS, I feel like the team members are proactively not just providing the data and comparing it to, right? It's not about like a win or a loss. Am I doing good? Am I doing bad? It's more about, here's the data, let's have a conversation around it. And then the issues. Again, 3 or 4 years ago, I always felt like I was pulling the issues from the various teams. Today, the issues are proactively brought to the table. And by the way, they're not all negative issues. Many of them, in many cases, are all about new opportunities. The point being is FP&A is the same thing. Have you ever sat down with your bookkeeper or your controller and asked, well, why did this happen? Why does it look like this? Why are we losing money? What's our cash? Versus an actual framework that's providing you proactively that information. Hey, Joe, in the next 12 months, we expect your cash bank accounts to grow by $1 million. Whoa, when is the last time you sat down with a bookkeeper or an accounting professional and they actually provided you with that information? FP&A does not replace accounting. It actually complements accounting. I kind of view it as accounting is par for the course, right? Accounting is the foundation. Because without really good numbers, you can plan all day long, but if you can't revisit your numbers, compare them to what you thought you were going to do at the beginning of the year, or better yet, what you thought you were going to do last month, you're kind of like a sitting duck, right? It's really hard to make decisions. So think of it as bookkeeping is par for the course. The FP&A is a way to level up. We're in the middle of the second half of 2025, and well, it's been a year with a lot of political drama, geopolitical pressures, monetary, fiscal battles. It's hard to kind of figure out where things are headed on a macro level. On a micro level, there's a lot of tariff talk. There's talk around labor constraints again, especially with immigration. FP&A allows you to think through those scenarios because what I just talked about, those are the drivers of what's going to be a great year, an okay year, or a bad year. And being able to stay ahead of that, at least on a monthly basis, definitely on a monthly basis, revisiting those numbers, updating the next month's forecast, rolling that 12 months forward, taking the information you have today, and maybe some, expected changes, your gut feeling. Sometimes it's okay to you don't have a crystal ball, but many of us, we're able to foreshadow what things are going to look like in the course of the next 30 or 60 days. Bringing that information into your updated model so that you can predict some of the ebbs and flows, and not to mention the liquidity needs or liquidity constraints of the business. So for me, big fan of EOS. It is definitely the heartbeat of our management operating system. We all live and breathe it every day. But the FP&A, it gives me financial and cash flow clarity that I need that my accounting can't provide. So if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe, and don't forget, we have plenty of YouTube videos around financial planning and analysis. Take a look.